Hello, today is March 26th of 2022. These are some coins that I'm looking at right now on trading, quite possibly at least. We got Zylu here, which is in a pretty good trend upwards. And we got Ape, which is coming into a bit of a supply zone and a pretty massive rip up as well. Could even actually be a bit of a trend line. Again, you don't want to really think about these as trend lines necessarily. You want to think of them as just the way price is going. Like the reason trend lines are actually even a thing is if you think about it in kind of more of a logical sense, or like if you were a buyer and you wanted to like personally, like for like a market for, I don't know, oil, let's say, or like a futures market, or even like a grocery store, or your gas prices, or whatever it is. You're a buyer. You want to buy for whatever reason. So you can kind of see that if you look at, it would be one person wanting to get in down here, and not just one person, it would be multiple most likely, but if you think of it as just one person, which for the most part, the reason it's moving upwards is most likely from one person or one entity, I suppose. And so you can see that they would have bought in pretty heavy down here. They saw a lot of selling, or like a lot of like selling pressure basically. And so they were like, well, I don't want to buy into this selling pressure. Why don't I just wait for this selling pressure to subdue basically? And so it came down, and here's that first trend line kind of starting to form, right? And so it came down, and then other people, probably not that person, were starting to buy in. This person saw, like this main guy, like the big buyer, is seeing that, okay, other people are now getting in. So he waits for that little pullback, and then he gets in, or she gets in at a bit of a lower price, because obviously they want to get in at a low price, but still not too low where it's, in quotation marks, scary to get in. Because of, like, scary as in the sense of, well, they're worried it might fall from there. So they wait for a bit of a pullback. They get in while it's not scary. And then then that one big entity gets in heavy. So they continue that upwards, and it's just kind of a repeating process. And as you can see, even here, kind of had a bit of this first trend line setting, and you can see that the trend line would have actually adjusted through this, so that does mean that this is not a second trend line. This is the trend line, and it's just kind of, think of it as moving and almost adjusting to as like this trend line would be. And the reason it does that really is just it indicates high buying pressure, and as you can see, there's actually a lot of volume here, and so that could represent a fall. Like I can actually show you. I think it's on. Is it Ape? Might be Ape. No, it's not. Actually, I think it was API 3. Nope. Maybe it was MTL. Don't remember. SKL? It's under one of these. It was something I just saw not too long ago. Might be under the 15-minute. Yeah, it was API 3. Okay, so if you see this, you can actually see that this is pretty high volume down here, right? This candle here, this big one, was 1.5 million trading volume, right? 1.5 million. So, and this whole move up was about a 24 or so % move, right? So that's a pretty high volume. But if you compare it to this one, which even from down here to there is only actually a 20% move, and its highest volume, which was very two-sided, I suppose, was actually like 3 million, over 3 million at that. And so you can see that to me shows that there's actually a lot of sellers as well there. There's a lot of people selling into these buys. I mean, there is more buying than selling, but it shows there's a lot of selling. People are starting to actually take profit here now. Like long-term investors, like daily held investors, or 4 hour. I mean, it's a bit of a newer listing here on Binance, but some longer-term investors are now starting to take profit, which lines up actually with this being in this kind of longer term supply area on the 4 hour chart here. So that to me shows that I'm actually looking for a bit of a short right now. I mean, it definitely could continue coming up much higher. We're getting a bit of a divergence on this RSI. If you think about it in the sense an RSI indicator, which is literally what's called the relative strength index, if you look at it, here's a great example. So this is a perfect divergence here to kind of show. So we kind of got like lower highs here, but we've actually got higher highs on the price. And so the price is rising, but the strength of that price, or like the strength of the coin, is lowering. And so that shows that, okay, it is currently rising, but chances are it won't be for a while. It would be the same thing as if price was falling, price is falling, but the strength is rising. That would also be a divergence. And so that's why divergences are actually quite useful. You should never trade off of divergences. You should never be like solely trading off of them, because you never know. Like strength could be falling, but then that one person down here is not ready to sell yet, which it does seem like they are, because the price is rising much slower, but like up here at least. And so that could be signaling sooner or later they're going to be selling. But you never know. Maybe they're not ready to sell, and maybe they'll add like one extra huge buy, and it actually comes up here. RSI might only go up to about 79.1, let's say, but price went up to like 6 cents and 70% of a cent. And so that's where the RSI kind of really comes in handy. But anyway, so I'm looking at these coins. Here's another one here. Oh yeah, this actually looks pretty good. Very up, flat, up, quite flat. This up had a pretty big volume into it, although it does seem to be almost lining up if I kind of measure this move. It's about a 10% move with about 266 million in volume. You can even actually compare that to other coins if you wanted to do some math. So 266 million, I'll actually do that real quick. So I'll pull up a calculator here. So that would be in US dollars. So this would be 266 million times the price of it. So 0. This is on the 30 minute, so we'll have to keep that in mind. 0.0. I like to actually take the close of this candle, 0.5028. So that would be $13 million would have been traded on this one candle. If I do want to take the whole area of it, you can do all the math. You could add up all the candles' volume, but I'll just take the highest volume of that time, and we'll just kind of go off of that. So the highest volume on this one was 6.238 million. Fairly big move. 6,230,000. Oops, that's 62 million. I think that's what it was, right? 6.238. Oh, 238. 6,238,000, and then times that by the price, which is 1 minute, which would have been 594. So 594.8. So that's 37 million traded, $37 million traded. And so you can actually see that the volume on this here, for a move that was, we'll take the full size move. For a move that was only 15% compared to about a 20% move, I think it was. I mean, you can just look at it and work out that they don't really add up. Like this one moved only 5% lower than API3 did, or like CELR moved 5% less than API3 did, but the volume was almost 3 times that of CELR on API. So it's 5% for about 300%, and so you can kind of see that this move might actually be a bit more of a legitimate move and might not come for a major pullback. It definitely could though. You never know. So I'll be looking at this as well. This is a very nice looking coin. This could be like a move 1, 2, no, 1, 2, 3. This could be 4. You know, we're getting the pullback onto the 382. On the major, we're getting a pullback onto the 618. Yeah, so this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4 right now. We could be on the 4th wave. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I really do expect to hit onto this trend line. And then 5. If I don't see a hit onto the trend line, that is okay. We'll count it as 4 here. That does sort of seem to be rolling over. Even on the MACD, you can kind of see it's starting to roll over. But it's flattening out a little bit. Yeah, even on the 5-minute, actually, it seems to be rolling over to the downside as well. 30-minute, 1 hour. Seems to be rolling over. But anyway, so that's that. And yeah, we'll look at what's been losing. AXS, wow, it's had a pretty big drop today. I've been making pretty good money actually. I've had a pretty good investment in AXS. Been riding it from right around the $58 range, probably actually even lower. I'm not really sure when I put my position in, but it would have been actually way before then. It would have been probably closer to like the low 40s. Yeah, probably down here. Probably somewhere around like $45, $46. Can actually look at it right now. 1 minute, I'll pull it up. Doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. All that does matter is that I'm making money on it, so. Anyway. So Axie is, let me just take out everything on Axie actually. It's in a bit of a down state. Could be like this, could be like this, could be whatever. I'm going to count it like this for now because I don't have enough data to actually see what it is doing. 5-minute here. Yeah, we're starting to pick up on volume. It does seem like it's about to kind of come up to the upside a little bit. Kind of a supply area around here though, so we just gotta watch out. That'd be its first bit of supply resistance, and then that would probably be the second. So honestly, right now AXS actually might be a good buy. But I don't like to do that blindly. Although it's not that blind if I'm looking at it, isn't? Yeah, I might actually go and open a position real quick on AXS. Just this very small position right now. Little warm-up trade if you must. I don't know why my background keeps resetting to this. I'm gonna deal with that real quick too. Just waiting for it to kind of pull back onto that trend line here. I'm just pulling out that wallpaper, just looking at the TradingView chart real quickly. All right, so I'll fix it later. Anyway, so we're getting that bit of a pullback here. I like to keep an eye on this 1 minute chart for the opening. Probably get a fair size position. Going to calculator here. So on the 5 minute, we're looking at average ATR of about 25 cents. So 25 cents times, let's give it 100. Well, that'd be 25 bucks. So if I went more, 0.25 times 25, yeah. So I'll go 25 axi. But I'm gonna start a bit smaller. You can actually just start with 15. In a very small position here. Stop loss right now is about 67.66. $1.05 loss, shit. Oh, and it's coming up pretty hard. Oh, that does not seem right. 67.66, yeah. I'll even go 67.65. Might even go a bit lower than that even. 67.62. Let's do that. 67.62. Oh, it's just repping right now. Dang, I was not in big enough at all. But that is really just about the end of the trade. Gonna market that. Alright, yeah. And the reason I call it the end of the trade is we're hitting the top of this and the wick is actually just about to touch here. And yeah. That was a pretty, it doesn't look big on there, but here's what that looks like on this chart here. And yeah, I got it at a good time, it seems. As of for now, at least. Might actually want to get right back in if it wants to come back down just a little bit farther. 67.75. I want to get in right there. Oh yeah, we got a pretty big one at 78. Oh, wasn't a fake. My water. No. If I miss it, that's okay. Yeah, it seems like I might be missing it here. I might even actually just get in market for 15 again, and kind of have my mental stop down at about 67.70. Yeah, it's just hard to do that. Doing nothing trading is as good as doing something. Rethink the trade. God, that is a sticky note. So I might just do nothing here. Take my own advice. Let's see if it was a good idea. Yeah, because I would have been in right now with that wick popping above there. Yeah, no, I'm... Alright. Cancel that. Pull over TradingView again. Let's get that wallpaper fixed now that we can have a minute. I just don't know how to do it. Oh, I do know how to do it, actually. Yeah, it does seem like it is coming up. Could have stayed in a little bit longer if I wanted to, but I would have gotten scared with this candle coming down. This red one here, so I'm glad it happened what happened. Just sucks that I didn't have nearly as much position as I wanted initially. I wanted about 25 axi, maybe even 30. Would have probably upped it up a little bit farther at that. There we go. Yeah, all fixed. Perfect. All right. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on Axie Infinity as well. I was trading a bit of this yesterday. Made some money on CHC, but lost a bit of money on people. Yeah, it was, I had some very good trading in the morning. Oh wow, Axie's still ripping. I had some very good trading in the morning, or I thought it was. Then afternoon kind of hit and just went downhill from there. I overtraded, and that's a big mistake. That is costed me a bit of money. I was up about $20 on the day, which again, nothing huge, but you gotta start somewhere, right? Up about $20 on the day, ended off about 10 down. And yeah, I let a green day get away with a red day. So that's my problem there. Alright, 8. Still coming into that supply area. Looking to get in short here soon. I'm probably going to wait for it to come back in the next little while. Don't really have a crazy amount of time. Yeah, nothing really on there right now. MTL. Was hoping for a bit of a break of this trend line. Looks like I had a little fake one. API 3. Nothing really going on. Nothing really going on with SKL as well. And Zil. Is it Xilu? CLER or CELR? Reminds me of the CLR commercial. Seller. Yeah. Well, anyway, sucks that it was a small win, but better of a small win than a big loss, or a medium loss, or a big loss, or a small loss, I mean. So, that is going to be it today, and I will talk to you guys next time.